Does doing that, did that now start the recording? Okay. So now I've actually got the recording going. So this is me creating a way for me to, oh, I need to turn the volume down on that. This is a way for me to create accountability for myself to help studying. So it's literally just that. I'm trying to learn Python. This is as far as I got yesterday before the recording cut out. And then I had to try to figure out why my recordings were cutting out. And I think it's because I'm trying to record at 1080 and my upload speed is 12. So drop down the video quality, going to test out, and I have my phone off to the side playing the stream. So this is the only way I know if it's actually cutting out or not. Yeah, so let's see here. Yesterday I got pretty far for only knowing import. I know that in Python you use import for essentially creating the libraries. And so as I was doing that, and then using the autocomplete, this website was helping me, I guess, essentially creating a blackjack game, a very general based one. Doesn't even have suits yet. It literally just used the time and print to just put out like a script, which is pretty cool. Random shuffle apparently is going to shuffle the deck. And then I'm going to be able to deal out cards. And then append the deck. I don't know. I literally don't know anything about Python and how to use the syntax. So that's why I'm also going to be needing to use ChatGPT. So might as well just start a new chat. Let's see here. I'm trying to create a Python game while learning Python. So please teach me as we go. So far, I have. Okay. I imagine this is just going to essentially auto-complete it, but I mean, I'm just looking to get more eyes on what the code looks like and stuff, essentially. Great start. You've got a setup introduction and the deck of cards. Let's continue by improving the game structure and adding more functions. We'll start by organizing your code better and adding functions to handle different parts of the game. Organize your code. We will use functions to handle different tasks. This will take your code clean. This will make your code cleaner and easier to manage. Define the game logic. We'll create functions for dealing cards, calculating the hand values, and managing the players, and computer churns. Whoa, I see it. It just kind of takes away the delay thing. I wonder if that's going to make it all. No, look at that, print sleep. So, wow, this is all very different. Now, typically, people would just copy and paste this over. I am just going to do a split screen here. Let's make this full screen and that here. I don't need that there. This way I can start just typing everything out. Okay. Cool. I think this is all fascinating. Let's see. Does this still comment everything out? No, wait. So Python's different. That's how C does theirs. Okay, so. Okay, so now everything's commented out. So let's just kind of start this a little bit fresh. Define clear screen. This is what we used last time to. So what we used last time. So after the text is all printed, it all goes away, and then hopefully the game will essentially begin. as I understand it. Else clear. Oh, except over here it says position X. Oh, and it has a clear swapped. I wonder what the difference is there. Does it specify? Let's see here. Nice. I love ChatGPT. The fact that it just writes all this stuff out, like great example codes, I think, for beginners to start playing around with. I guess another way I should be learning too is that when I go to start a project, I should be writing it all out in pseudocode first, so that at least I get in the mindset of how to write the code before just going straight for it. Even though I'm doing it this way because I don't know the syntax at all. Calculate player hand, aces properly. Display hand hidden. Okay, so we'll get to all that. I was hoping, and that's the nice thing about this program here, using Replit, is that if I need to, I can take a line like this. So I'm wondering what the difference is with clear and CLS, and I can click explain. This provides code snippets, is a line of code in Python using the os.system function to clear the screen based on the opening system type. Here's an explanation of the code snippet. OS, the Python module that provides a way to interact with the operating system. os.system function allows for the execute shell commands from within Python. Okay. If os.name equals position X, else clears. This is a conditional expression that checks if the os.name attribute is equal to POSIX. If the condition is true, meaning the operating system is a POSIX-based system like Linux, clear will be used as the command to clear the screen. If the condition is false, meaning the operating system is not POSIX-based, clears will be used as the command to clear the screen. Oh, cool. So it's handling two cases, it sounds like. Multiple cases that based on the operating system here, it should clear. Cool. In summary, this line is code determined to appropriate screens clearing command based on the operating system. Yeah. Nice. And now I can exit. Sweet. Let me see here. I'm just trying to... I was hoping that maybe if I tap the screen, I'd be able to see how long I've been since I started this. So the last video cut out after 17 minutes. So I would love to be able to stream for longer times, because this has been a great way for me to practice talking things out without feeling totally crazy. Move to the game. Let's go bold. Blackjack. Real exciting now. You will be playing against the computer. Oh, I need commas as well. Interesting. The goal of the game is to get as close to 21 as possible without going over. Let's just do that. You will be dealt 2 cards, and you can choose to hit. Let's just go with a period, a comma. Or stand. Oh, that's why. Or stand. Whoops. I don't, that would make a really weird flow. So let's correct that. If you hit, you will be dealt another card. If you stand, your turn will end. If you go over 21, you will bust and lose the game. You know, a nice thing about writing about a game like this too is that this does also kind of cover the pseudocode a little bit. If the computer goes over 21, you win the game. Because there's so many little conditional situations here, you can kind of start to visualize how step by step what would need to happen. If you and the computer tie, it is a push, and you win the bet. Oh, I guess you keep the bet. If you win, you will receive double the bet. If you lose, you will lose your bet. Let's begin. Oh. Let's begin. Nice. Let's see, and that's all in one block. And now we have a 4 message in messages. Oh, this is supposed to be messages. Message in messages. Print message. Okay. Time dot sleep 1. I knew yesterday that there had to be a better way to do that. Let's see here. Clear screen. I hope that's okay that that's all on the same line. Because I know that Python is very interesting about that. There's something to do with the organizing of everything. Define deal card. Hand dot append deck dot pop. Oh, it's not telling me to do that yet over here. Let's see here. Dot pop. I'll leave it for now. Let's go back up. Oh, like that might have just messed me up. Let me see here. Okay. So because we haven't really got to deck yet, we need to create the deck. Define create deck. So now we are creating a function that will create the deck. Oh, right. That's how you do notes. Let's see here. Create and shuffle the deck of cards. It's a good note to have, because when I look back on this, I am not going to know what everything means right away, like, even if it's kind of obvious. Let's just copy that on over. Cool, I'm fine with that. If anything. Okay. Now we get back into, so one is deck, the other one is also deck still. Deal cards, but it also wants me to have hand and deck. Okay. Now we can get into random dot shuffle deck. Return deck. Nope. Return deck. Do I need, okay. I wasn't sure if I needed to do anything extra right there. All right. It's a whole main section, and I wonder if that needs to be, or if it helps if that's written out first. I don't know. I kind of feel like that's always the case for C++, is that it helps if you kind of write it out first. It's kind of hard to tell. Just going to change up a few things here. Okay, so I'm shuffling the deck. Let's see here. I have printed a message, clear screen, create deck. This is the deck. Define deal hand. I've shuffled. Return, then deal card. Did I not? Why is that so gray? Why is that so gray? Define deal card, hand, deck. How's that? Deal card in hand. Hand.append deck.pop. One thing I like to do sometimes is just to take this and run it. Oh, I have lots of programs open. I don't know why that opened up. Oh my goodness. Save. There was literally like nothing open down there, and then suddenly it just opened up everything. Okay, let's create a new folder for Python. Let's throw this in here. Let's save it. My blackjack program. Let me find my folders. Great. Now let's just run it. See how this. Make sure that I'm actually learning something that is going to work in the end. So at least it's running now, and that's a great sign. Hit or stand. So that would be a 17. So let's hit stand. Interesting. The computer had a 6-8 and then computer bus. Game over. So then it just ends. So that's something about this program that I'm learning right now, is that it's not going to loop. So there's not multiple games to play one after the other. But all right, so that's just wanted to see what the expectations were for this game and see that it is going to run and that there's going to be some limitations to it. So with that in mind, I'll just continue. Okay, so I mean, at least I'm learning something that is going to work. And this whole define thing, or def, that's pretty interesting. I'm learning stuff. I'm still learning syntax. I don't know syntax. And value, and value equals 0. Ace count equals 0. Oh, wait, do these need to be tabbed out? That's what it was. It's the invisible brackets of Python. Everything works based on where it should be in relation to everything else. Which is how they get away with not using brackets, which is what C++ taught me to use. And I know that there's a really funny extension you can get that puts braces on Python. I think that is hilarious. Plus equals 10. So that assigns the card value. That's nice. Oh, it bumped it back for me. I was wondering about that. Because I can see that it's meant to be, or how it's meant to be. Oh, I'm skipping down though. It should have been, let's see here, elif. They just smushed those ones together, I see. Okay. If card equals A, value so here, ace count plus equals 1, value plus equals 11. Oh, so it considers the ace an 11 initially, and I see that's why the code going down below that checks the value so that it doesn't bust. Okay. Nope. Okay, I keep doing that, and then it's like it wants to count it as blue or something. I think that's very strange. Value plus equals card. There's got to be some way I can play music too while doing this. It's very hard to do without something else going on. Feels very boring otherwise. And it shouldn't. Coding is very fun. There's lots of free time to listen to other stuff. Podcasts and things. Why not? So it doesn't like where the while is too. That needs to be bumped back. I don't know why it didn't do that automatically. There's certain things I got to keep in mind with Python. It seems like a nice, easy programming language to learn, and that's what people are always saying. What's the deal with minus equals 10? Which again, this is why I'm doing this here. So now I can hit the explain button. These 2 lines of codes are part of the Python function that calculates the hand value in a game of blackjack. Yes. Here's a breakdown of the code snippet. The line of code subtracts 10 from the total hand value. Oh. Subtracts 10. Subtracts this number from value. I see. Ace count minus this line decrements the count of ace by 1. Cool. So that's why there's a minus equal sign. Okay. Let's see here. So the value is greater than 21, and ace count is greater than 0. I see, because 1 has been dealt, yes. 1 ace, at least, needs to be dealt for this to trigger as well. And I like that it's just and instead of double and symbols. That's nice. Return value? Do I not need this? Is it already? Yeah, okay. Also, okay, so return value. Okay, let's move it on down. Learn something a little bit different. Define the player churn. Player's hand and deck. Interesting. So this is like a function. We still need to use, what's that called? The colon at the end of it? Interesting. Whoa. Well, don't get ahead of me here. I'm still learning. Okay, while true, colon. I wonder what I should write next. Print your hand comma player underscore hand calculate hand value player hand is greater than equal to 21. So what it's saying over here as well, looks like it, if calculate hand value player hand, oh, just greater than. Because we're talking about the bust initially. So we need to check first to see if you bust. You busted, you lose. I like that. a little more character. So capital on the false. That's different for me. I want to put in like an extra space, but I feel like that's maybe not allowed. While print, does this need to be out further? Trying to figure out why this is. If I put a return true, no. Maybe I'm just trying to figure out why it's doing that. Because again, just don't know. Just learning. Let me bring all this stuff back down. So I don't want to mess all that up too much. Okay, so let's just continue. Choice equals input. This is great though. I mean, at least this is going on, I think, longer than it did yesterday, and I think that's really important. This is where we get to the choice. So, do you want to hit or stand?